Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's still your one and only Ceefashion Academy. Today I'm going to be teaching us a very important topic, which is a 360 flare skate. So guys, I'm going to be teaching everything about 360 flare skate. I'm going to be teaching you how to correctly measure for a 360 flare skate. I'm going to teach you how to fold it, and I'm also going to teach you how to cut a 360 flare skate. So this class is going to be very comprehensive. I want you to make sure you pay attention, watch to the end, and make sure you click on the like button, because the more you click on the like button, others get to see this video. And also finally, I want to say happy vow to you guys. Thanks, and may God bless you.
I'm going to be teaching us first of all how to measure for a flare skate, 360 flare skate. So for you to measure for a 360 flare skate, it depends whether it is long or a short 360 flare skate. What I mean by 360 is a full flare skate. Do you understand? Okay, remember we have 360, we have 270, we have 180, we have 720, then etc. So now in order to measure, the part where we're going to start with our measurement is this, the waist. Do you understand? So all you have to do is to, first of all, ask the customer exactly where her waist is. Do you understand? So, where is your waist? So now, in this case, now this is her waistline. Do you understand? So in order for you to measure, all you have to do is to place your tape around the waist like this. Come in. Place it around the waist. Now, another tip I need to give us is that whenever you are measuring waist is not like every other part of the body. Whenever you are measuring waist, make sure it is very fitted. Yes, because there's something about waist. Even after you finish sewing it, sometimes you notice that it is loose. Do you understand? Because of the effect of the back. Now, look at what I mean. Because of the effect of this place. Now, if you notice the part of waist, like when you wear something, you notice small space here. Do you understand? So that is why I said always make it to be very fitted. Okay, so let's measure. Now look at it. What we have here is 28. Are you seeing it? Yes. Okay, but if I'm to make it to the more fitted, what we have here is how many?
27 and a half.
27 and a half. Are you seeing it?
Yes, sir.
Are you uncomfortable? Are you seeing 27 and a half? Are you seeing it? Okay. So that's what we are going to be using as our skate waist. Okay, now, next thing we are going to be doing is to be measuring the skate length. Do you understand? So I think for this particular 360 flare skate, we usually have two parameters for us to measure. The waist, skate round waist, and the skate length. Do you understand? Okay, so let's measure for the skate length. Now, measuring for the skate length depends on where the customer wants her skate to stop. You understand? So where do you want your own skate to stop? Here. Okay, so now, as you can see, her skate length is 14 inches. Are you seeing it? She wants it to be very sexy. Do you understand? Please, whatever your customer wants, that's what you give. But what you need to do is to always let your customer know what she's requesting for. You say, let her know that so this skate is going to be very sexy. She'll be like, yes, that's what I want. That means she actually knows what she's looking for. Do you understand? Because some customers will point, but they don't even like know what they are pointing. Do you understand? Maybe they want it to be here. They just point here. At the end of the day, when you finish making that clothes, they will not be shouting. Do you understand? As if you are the one that made a mistake. So that is always let them know what they are choosing. So we have 14. Are you seeing it? So as you can see, this is how to measure for a flare skate. So what we are going to be doing now, we are going to be doing the other theoretical explanation. Then from there, we'll now cut it on the table. So guys, as you can see, what we have today is a 360 flare skate. So I'm going to do a brief explanation on this. Do you understand? The theoretical part. So everything you need to know about 360 flare, I'm going to say it in this class. Do you understand? So as you can see, what you are seeing here is a 360 flare skate. Now, whenever I say 360, what do I mean by 360? It's a full flare skate. Do you understand? We mostly, whenever we want to cut, we mostly fold it into 4. Do you understand? That is what a 360 flare skate is. Now look at it. If this thing you are seeing now is a material, do you understand? When you fold one, are you seeing it? You fold another one. Are you seeing it? That is what we mean by 360 or full flare skate. Do you understand? Now what we mean by this, let me show you an example. Look at it. If this is a material, are you seeing it? We say we fold it into 4. And after you finish folding it into 4, you usually have a line like this. Hope I'm correct. When you fold a paper into 4 or a material, you usually have a line like this. Now see how we got the 360. It's just like simple mathematics. Now how we got the 360 is, here is usually called angle what? Angle 90. If you did your basic maths, here is called angle 90. Here is also called angle what? 90. All of them are called angle 90. Do you understand? Now all you ask yourself, 90 plus 90, 180. 180 plus 90, 270. 270 plus 90, 360. So that is why we are calling it what? 360 flare skate. Do you understand? It's usually that skate that we fold into 4 in order to achieve. Do you understand? We fold our material into 4 in order to. So what next? So making a 360 flare, Depends whether you want to make a short 360 plate or a long. But for the sake of this tutorial, we are going to be making a short one based on what our customer chose. Do you understand? So if you're making a long one, it's still the same method that you're going to use for a short one. I just want you to know that. The only difference is just the length of the skate, which you are going to measure and write it down. Do you understand? Okay. Now, this particular 360 flame, when you are done cutting the flame, you need to also open it up. That part you are opening up will also serve as your zipper allowance. Do you understand? That is where you are going to be closing it up. Now, as you can see, this one also has a band. So that means in this particular tutorial, we're going to be fixing a band on it. Do you understand? We're going to be fixing a band. Then for those that want to make a bandless play skate, you can actually do that. But for me, I usually recommend band. So now, there are measurements we need, the required measurements while making a, I've already said it. We need the round waist. Are you seeing it? And we need the play length. Do you understand? And I still want to tell us something. Shay, I mentioned the radius. We always need radius. Let me write it down under here. Let me write it down as part of the figures we need. We always need radius. Are you seeing it? Now, how do we get this radius? This radius has a formula on its own, which I'm going to tell us here. Do you understand? So by me looking at this, look at the radius formula. How do you get it? The radius formula is the waist circumference. Like now, the waist circumference we have is 28 inches. Are you seeing it? The waist circumference, that is 28 inches. Now add extra allowance to it. Which allowance are we adding? Remember, this thing has a zip at the back. And that zip at the back, we might choose to add extra 4 inches. That is 2 inches on this side for the zip allowance, 2 inches for this side. Do you understand? So that means 28 plus 4 is going to give us what? 32. So that is what I mean by waist circumference plus allowance. That is 28 plus 4, which is going to give us 32. So 32 divided by 6.28. Now, for those that be asking me, how did we get this 6.28? Please, I want to let you know, I have a video explaining all these things. But for now, I would like to tell you that this 6.28 is a constant for play of 360. What do I mean by that? Anytime you want to cut a play for anybody, just get the waist circumference, add the allowance, divide by 6.28. Please, I want to let you know, this 6.28 is only when you are making a full play, a 360 play. Do you understand? Only when you are making a 360 play. I want you to know that. So that is it. So whatever you get here gives you the radius. So now let's get the radius. That is 28 plus 4. That is 32 divided by 6.28 is what? 5.09. 5.09. Are you seeing it? So all I would advise you to do is just to do what? Approximate it just to 5. Do you understand? So the radius for this particular skate we are going to make is how many? 5 inches. Do you understand? So please, these are the things that you must get. These are the things that you must get before you start making a skate. Please, I want to let you know, before you start folding your material, you must get this radius. And I've given us the formula on how to get it. Like, it's not when you finish folding your material, you will not start looking. No. Immediately you are measuring somebody, if possible, just get the radius immediately. Get the radius and write it down, because it's part of what you use and they construct your skate. Do you understand? Then after that, the next thing you do is not to go to the table to fold your material. Now I want to teach you something very important that you will not even get it anywhere. When you want to fold your material, I noticed something. It's usually very hard for people to fold material with exact measurements. Do you understand? But it is possible for you to fold without wasting assessment, or without, when you are marking, you now notice that it is not enough. You now have to refold again, thereby wasting your time and your material sometimes. So now, for you to fold your material, for you to even know what to fold with, there is also a formula for it. Do you understand? So what is that formula? Look at it. The formula is this radius. Do you see why I said you must get the radius first? Because even folding your material, you use the radius to fold your material. So the formula is this radius plus what? The flay length. Now in this case, what is our flay length? 14. Are you seeing it? So what you do is, look at it. The radius, which is what? 5. Hope you are correct. Radius, which is 5. Are you seeing it? Plus 14. Are you seeing it? It has not stopped there. Plus skate length allowance. Do you understand? You know, we usually add allowance at the end of our skate. How many inches? Okay, let's use 2 inches. Do you understand? Plus 2 inches. Now look at it. The flay radius plus the skate length plus 2 inches. That is what you fold. So what are we getting? 19 plus 2 is how many? 21. So that means we have to fold 21 inches of our fabric. So as you can see, the for the folding, what we got was how many? Using the folding formula was how many? 21 inches. Do you understand? So what I mean by folding your material using the 21 inches, you guys should look at it. Now look at this paper. Are you seeing it? See how it is. It's very, very big. Are you seeing it?
Yes.
Okay. Now what I mean by folding and get 21 is, see, look at it. When you do your first folding, are you seeing it? Make sure that what you have here, is 21 inches. Are you seeing it? Make sure that what you have here, when you fold your material, make sure that what you have here is what? 21 inches. Are you seeing it? That is it. That is what I mean by folding. Then another thing is, you're also going to fold again like this. Now make sure that after folding, what you also get is how many? 21 inches. Are you seeing it? So that means, looking at this is actually a square. Do you understand? It is a square. All sides are equal. So that is what you have to fold. So which means, if I open everything, look at it guys. If I open everything, here should be what? 21 times 2. Do you understand? Here should be like 42. Here should also be 42. Do you understand? Okay, here is 42. Here is also 42. So folding it, every part is how many? 21 inches. So now guys, look at it. We have 21 inches and we also have 21 inches. Are you seeing it? Okay. So next thing we are going to be doing now is, remember, we already have our radius. We already have our radius. So we are going to be marking out the waist of our skate and we'll be working with the radius. The radius is how many? 5 inches. So what are we going to do? Look at it. Place your tape like this. Are you seeing it? Mark out 5 inches like this. Are you seeing it? Move it like a car, like from here. Are you seeing it? You move like this, 5 inches. Are you seeing it? And as you are moving, make sure that this part is still stick to this particular point. Are you seeing it? Move it like this. Look at it. Let's do it, guys. Are you seeing it? Any way you want to move it, just make sure that it starts from here. Are you seeing it? So when you are done, you have this point. Are you seeing it now? All I want you to do is to connect it. Do you understand? Connect it like this. Okay. Are you seeing it? So when you connect it, please, I don't want this thing to confuse anybody. I don't want it to confuse anybody. After you are done connecting it, there's something I want you to do. Remember, the total waist plus allowance that we are working on, that we used to get our radius, was how many? 34, 32. Shey, the 32 is the 28 that on the actual waist measurement plus 4 inches allowance, which gave us 32. And we now use that 32 to get the radius, which we used to get this. Shey? Okay. Now what we are going to do, we are going to cross check to know whether this thing will be up to 32. Do you know what I mean by whether it will be up to 32? Now, look at what I mean. Remember, this thing is folded into 4. So for you to know whether it will be up to 32 is whatever you get here, times it by 4. If it can give you 32, we are good to go. Do you understand? If it will not give you 32, I will show us how to do the adjustment. If it gives you over, I will tell us how to reduce it. If it gives us less, I will show us how to increase it. So let's see whether it will give you 32. First of all, you need to know what 32 is when you divide it by 4. So 32 divided by 4 is going to be giving us 8 inches. Are you seeing it? Now this one I'm teaching you is for cross-checking, for you to know whether you are correct. Because I notice when some people finish cutting their play, they still say that their waist is way much bigger than what they actually cut. So this is how to solve it. Now look at it, 8 inches. Are you seeing it? Now look at it. In order for us to cross-check it, please don't place your tape like this. Place it like this. Do you understand? Place it like, it's better for you to place it like this. So let's cross-check whether it's up to 8. Let's cross-check. Okay, place it alongside the line. Are you seeing it? Place it alongside the line. Is it up to 8?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Now let me measure it again. Please, whenever you're measuring it, don't measure once. Do you understand? Measure up to 2 to 3 times just to be very, very sure. Is it up to 8?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, for me, I would say that it's up to 8. But in a situation that it is not up to 8. Now, do you know why this thing is up to 8? Because we actually did our radius calculation very, very well. But sometimes, because of decimals, point, this thing will not be accurate. Let's say example, let me give you something. Let's say example, we measured it and it is 8.5 or it is 9. And we want to reduce it. How do you do that? Look at it, guys. If this thing is more, So if it is 9 and it's supposed to be 8, you want to reduce it. Please see what you do. It's very simple. From here, step up. Are you seeing it? When you want to reduce, just be stepping up. Let's say example now, depending on how the difference of what you have and what you're supposed to have. Let's say step up with like quarter. Are you seeing it? When you step up with quarter, look at what I mean by stepping up with quarter. Let's say now you step up with quarter, another quarter. Are you seeing it? When you step up with quarter, now after you have finished connecting it, measure it. If it gives you what you want, know that it is okay. If it is still remaining, like if you still need to decrease it more, measure another quarter. Are you seeing? That is how you decrease. Let's say now you want to increase. Let's say you here supposed to be 8. You got 6. You want to increase. It is the opposite of the other way. Now what do you do? From here, increase by quarter. Are you seeing it? If that one is not okay, increase another one. That is what you do till it becomes exactly what you want. Do you understand? In that case, when you finish cutting, there's nothing like this is not enough. It is not exactly what I want. Is this thing well understood? Yes. Okay. So now let's say we are done with the radius. Do you understand? It's hope you know what I just explained now is not like it's not part of cutting the flame. It's just after you have finished getting the circumference here. Look at how we got it. Our radius was 5 inches. We took it like this. Are you seeing it? And that is what we have. So we now have to cross-check it, and it is up to the 8. That means we are correct. So next thing you need to do now is impute the flay length. Do you guys understand? So in order to impute the flay length, now look at what you do. Place your tape from here. Are you seeing it? The flay length is how many? 14. Plus how many inches allowance? 2. Thank you. It now depends on what you want to put. Remember what we used for our calculation was 2 inches. But in this case, even if you feel like the 2 inches is excess, you want to reduce it to 1. Do you understand? We can also do that. So our original measurement is how many? 14. Shey? Our original measurement is 14 plus 2. Shey? Okay, now let me just use 1 inch allowance. Do you understand? Now look at it. 14 plus 1. Since it's flake, let me use 1. Do you understand? Okay. Now look at it. 14 plus 1. Please, you can also make it 2 inches. Everything is okay. So now look at it. 14 plus 1 is how many? 15 inches. Okay. Now we have marked 15 inches here. Take it here and also mark the same 15 inches. Are you seeing it? We are also going to be moving like a ride now. Look at it. Place it again like this. Are you seeing it? Make sure whatever thing, however you are placing it here is corresponding to this same side. Place it 15. When we are done, you are going to get dots on all these sides. Place it 15. 15. Are you seeing it? Place it again. 15. Are you guys seeing it? So we have all these dots. What are we going to do? Look at it, guys. We are going to be connecting. Now look at it. Simply use your free hand to connect it. Okay. Have you not seen it? So from here to here is actually the what? The skate length, which is 14 plus 1, giving you 15. From here to here is called the radius, which is 5 inches. Are you seeing? So when we are done and we know that everything is correct, the major thing we are going to be doing now is to look at it. We are going to be opening the waist side. Are you seeing it? Now open it up. After you are done opening it up, next thing you are going to do is to cut out the skate length. Please remember, this is exactly how to cut a 360 flame. If you want to know about the 720 and every other ones, we also have it in our channel, so make sure you go and watch it out. So as you guys can see, we are done with the flame. Are you seeing it? We are done with the short flame. 360 flame. Oh, this is actually good. So now look at it, guys. Are you seeing it? We are done with it. Very nice. This is actually a paper. Assuming it's a material, you're going to see the folds. It's going to appear very, very well, unlike what you are seeing here. So next thing I want you guys to do is get to one edge. Look at it. Get to one edge. Are you seeing it? Open one edge up. Are you seeing it? Open it up. So when you open it up, look at it. It's very, very simple. When you open it up, next thing you need to do is to sew. Oh, that is the next thing to do. So in order for it, it depends on how you want to sew. If you are working with a lining, you want to use a lining all through, all you need to do is take this and go and duplicate on your lining. Do you understand? Exactly. Then, if possible, make sure that your lining is like 1 inch shorter or half inch shorter. Do you understand? There is also another way I used to do it if I want to make use of lining, which I will explain to us later. Such that I don't even shorten the lining, because I notice it's usually difficult for people when they shorten the lining. You understand? I don't shorten it, I'll just sew take the line, duplicate exactly, sew it down, then put hemming gum as I'm sewing it down. Do you understand? So when I will not be ironing, some of the excess will not come up at here. Then I will not have to use my scissors and trim it up. Do you understand? Some of the essence, like look at it, when I'm ironing, I just leave like, I just make material to be longer with 1/4 inch as I'm ironing. So some of the excess will not appear here. Then I'll not have to cut it off and everything will just be very okay. Do you understand? So that is it if you're working with lining. But if you're doing your normal sewing, you're not working with lining, all you need to do is to weave out this place. Are you seeing? Just weave it out and sew like this. I know it is not easy for everybody to sew like this on a flame. You understand? If you cannot sew like this, I suggest you learn how to do that, or you can actually use a bias. Do you understand? Use a bias and run it round. I think that one should be easy for you guys. But the thing there is that bias will also cost you. So if you can afford the cost, you can also use a bias and run it neatly. Do you understand? The next thing you need to do here is to fix a band, the same way you fix band on all your other skates. Do you understand? Then the final thing now for you to do is to place your material like this. Measure out your waist. That's after you have finished fixing your band. Are you seeing it? Measure out your waist. Let's say your waist is 28. You divide it by 2 since you are folding this material into 2. Are you seeing it? That should be 14. So measure out 14. When you measure out 14, let's say at the end of the day 14 is here. Remember, that's where it's supposed to be because of the 2 inches we added. If 14 is here, take it to the measurement, take it to your machine. Remember, there is also a band on it. Sew from that band all the way to this side. Are you seeing it? Then when you are done sewing, iron it out. Then remember, we have not put zip yet. So now open up to the point you have to put zip. But before you open it up, make sure you go to your machine and tack here so that it will not loose. Yes, and then you now open it up. Then have to fix your zip here, and that is it.